The seductive styling of the 2022 Mazda CX-9 elevates your idea of what a three-row CUV can be.
Get 0% financing on a new Mazda CX-9 at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
Hello.
Is this thing on?
I don't know.
You never know here on the Plus, Lizco.
I'm so sorry.
You
I'm
never
the one
know.
punching the buttons. Clearly, my DJ skills are not up to par.
Fortunately, I was all dressed there.
You were.
Just
What-
barely.
You
Filling
never
with
know.
That's
10
true.
seconds prior, man, and Steve was
Whew.
sans pants. No.
Wow.
Oh, just wait. We only get worse from here. Actually, no, we got a lot to get to today on a Friday. Go figure, always on a Friday. You're thinking about the weekend. Actually, you're thinking about a weekend on Monday.
Yeah.
But we got a lot to talk about as we get going.
Yeah, so Friday's starting out actually kind of warm here in our part of the world, but all week we'd been talking about some potential storms, maybe showers.
Yeah, so as we kind of talked about more yesterday, it's been trending in the right direction for us. It's not to say we're going to be completely escape scot-free, but definitely a much greater threat today and tonight up to our north. So we'll get into that. Right now, it's quiet. It is warm outside, as Liz said. Breezy. It's going to be windy at times today. That's our Sky9 camera showing the clouds rolling over downtown Baton Rouge. What you might notice, you look at that, they're moving along at a good clip. So that's evidence that the strong southerly wind we've got in place this morning. With that southerly wind, it's warm outside. 74 Baton Rouge, Gonzales. Most of us already in the low to mid 70s here at 9 o'clock this morning. Our first alert radar network showing we're all dry right now. That's a little bit of clutter south of New Orleans, not actual rain. So we're dry right now. Our radar in West Feliciana might have some storms to track later this afternoon and tonight, so we'll keep an eye on that. But through lunchtime, I think we'll be mainly dry. Quickly into the low 80s. 87 is what I have for a high today. That'd be a new record high. Today's record stands at 86. Yesterday we tied the record at 86. I think we probably would have beaten the record yesterday if not for those clouds that hung on for a while yesterday morning. Note the rain chances though today. 10% at noon, 20% at 3 o'clock, and then 40% at 6 o'clock. So into the afternoon, not expecting a whole lot. Late afternoon into the evening, a little more shower and thunderstorm activity. Let's give you a look at that on future radar. You'll see hints of maybe a light shower, a few sprinkles, not much. That's noon. We'll advance this again, pause at 3 o'clock. Again, see hints of a light shower too. Still not a whole lot showing up. And then as we get into late afternoon, evening, if you're looking closely, there were hints of a storm or two developing. It's one thing we'll watch. Given the amount of sunshine we expect this afternoon, can we get a couple of storms to start popping mid to late afternoon? If we do, it's now the question we get a warning or two locally. Not expecting anything widespread. And if we get anything, that'd be more likely probably north of the interstates. Here we are at 7 o'clock this evening. Some scattered rain starting to show up. And as we get deeper into the night, some of those showers rolling across. A few storms showing up in southwest Mississippi at midnight. But I think you get the idea. For the most part, nothing terribly active showing up. The cold front's going to start to move in overnight into tomorrow morning. Let's pick it up now. And what you'll see is with that front still in our vicinity around daybreak tomorrow morning, you could still wake up to a couple of showers, but I think probably by about mid-morning or so, any rain will exit. That's 1 o'clock Saturday. You can see sunshine already returning. Now here's the issue. The cold front not going to make much more southward progress after that. So by tomorrow evening, late tomorrow, it's kind of stalling out. Whether it's over South Louisiana, right along the coast, that remains to be seen. But that could kind of set the stage for an uglier Sunday. More on that in a moment. Here's today's severe weather outlook. This could be a dangerous setup up to our north. We still have a 4 out of 5 moderate risk of severe weather from places like Monroe to Jackson to near Memphis. You might make out those black lines, the hatching on the map. That's the Storm Prediction Center saying they think there could be some strong to intense tornadoes. Also mentioning maybe a few of those could even be long track tornadoes. Again, the greatest threat for that's in the red area. Now locally, they've trimmed back this risk area even a little bit more with the update this morning. A 1 out of 5 marginal risk. kind of right along I-10, I-12, I should say, a little bit of I-10, and then as you get near and north of the state line, a 2 out of 5 slight risk. So you get the idea. Most of that threat with the severe weather today and tonight's going to be to our north, but it's not zero locally. It's just low. All right, now jumping ahead to where I said, you know, the stalling front could spell trouble for the second half of the weekend. Now, the European continues to be the most aggressive model, but it's been pretty consistent with it for a couple of days. So I'm kind of leaning that way. And the European already showing scattered showers and storms around Sunday morning. That's 7 a.m. And it shows some scattered rains 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon. And then just kind of off and on storms here into the afternoon and evening at 7 o'clock. And even overnight Sunday into Monday morning, you'll see more rain. That's what that front meandering nearby, and then an occasional disturbance moving through to help kick off some showers and storms. Storm Prediction Center also on Sunday has added in a 1 out of 5 marginal risk of severe weather near north of the interstates. That's something else we'll track. And then in terms of the rain amounts, this takes us through next Wednesday morning. Most of this is more so probably in the Sunday through Tuesday morning time frame. You're looking, most of our areas seeing 1 to 2.5 inches of rain on average, a little bit less along the coast, but amounts could even be higher than that, especially if that European model scenario ends up being right, which has been a little bit wetter than some of the other guidance. So ultimately today is going to be a windy and warm day, but pretty dry through about mid-afternoon, a high of 87. Tonight some scattered rains, but for most of us not that big of a deal. Tomorrow we'll get sunshine returning late morning into the afternoon. Then we talked about Sunday, probably kind of ugly. Off and on rains Monday into Tuesday morning. By Tuesday afternoon, we finally dry out. Mid part next week, drier, a little bit cooler. Highs down into the 70s, lows maybe upper 50s by Wednesday. And then late next week, a few showers could return. But also note, highs back into the mid to upper 80s, guys.
It's hard to believe.
Trying to pick my next mow day, trying to figure out when I should be.
Always planning ahead, huh?
Yeah, next Wednesday.
Wednesday, I guess.
Looks like you're on like a weekly loop then.
It's too early for that, Liz Cole.
I've-
But she's not wrong.
We're headed that way.
Yeah.
Cap, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, folks, as we focus on the weather, and we know there's a lot to get to this weekend, we're going to kind of spell out some of the things that are on your radar and you're going to be taking a part of this weekend. Need to let you know about this. This actually just coming into the newsroom just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
The continuing investigation into the Nathan Millard case.
Just over 12 hours after finding out that 2 additional people are now people of interest in the case of the death investigation of Nathan Millard, we've learned in the last 15 minutes, one of the 2 women whose arrest warrants are now out there has actually been arrested.
Now, BRPD was not able to confirm just yet which one of these women has actually been arrested. We expect to find that out shortly, obviously, for you, but we'll put it right here. These 2 women wanted in connection for possibly prostitution. Those are the charges levied against them. Also, not rendering aid. That goes with something, of course, Nathan Millard, if everything comes to pass as it is assumed to be through toxicology and a coroner's report, an overdose was said to happen. Narcan tried to be found by Perkins. Of course, he's in prison right now. Yep. And so not rendering aid, another one of those charges that they were facing. We'll see which one has been picked up and which one they're still looking for.
And there's a lot of moving pieces here, because
truly.
remember, we're still waiting on those official toxicology reports from the coroner's office. Baton Rouge police is the one saying that Millard overdosed on crack cocaine and blue magic, possibly laced with fentanyl. That has not been confirmed by the coroner's office.
Correct.
We're still awaiting those official results. So 2 different agencies involving this from 2 different aspects. The coroner's office specifically investigating the manner of his death, how he died, and they're going to get back to us once they get the report back. But Baton Rouge police conducting their own investigation into the death. How did it happen and who else is involved?
Clearly a lot going on.
Yes.
The very latest right here for you, WAFB.com, the 9 News app. Will continue to update throughout the day, well, for as long as it takes, obviously, until there is a period put on the end of this sentence that continues to grow longer here. Okay, that's going on. Actually, this is going on. It's been going on this week, absentee voting, right? But it better end by 4:30 this afternoon for you if you got one of those ballots.
Key thing to remember, if you turned it in 4:31, sorry, hate to bring it to you, you're going to have to go in person to vote tomorrow. And remember, polls will open at 7 o'clock tomorrow, stay open till 8 o'clock. And you're probably thinking, this isn't a big election, why are we making a big deal? Every election is an important election. The local election, I'd argue, are the most important ones.
You know what? Yeah.
Because that impacts our communities directly.
Directly. And so, for instance, we were talking about it, we've already talked about it a number of times.
Yes.
In East Baton Rouge, you have school district tax renewals
Right.
to vote on. So, very important election for those folks. So head on out. If you are not if you haven't early voted, if you're not doing absentee, which your again deadline 4:30 today, back to the register voters office. Head on out tomorrow, 7 to 8. Make sure you're making sure that voice of yours is heard.
Yes,
Yep.
please, please, please. And we'll keep reminding you throughout
Yes,
the day
no kidding.
and tomorrow too. Hey, you looking for any art? Or maybe
Always.
you need a rocking chair?
Always.
Or maybe some bathroom art?
Please.
Always.
I know where to go. Actually, Callie, I know where to go. You just mentioned bathroom. Bathroom art, I know where to go.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Yes.
Watch it. Kelly Hubbard was live this morning at Dixon Correctional. She didn't do anything illegal.
No.
No arresting. She was there because the folks who are there, the inmates, a lot of them have some incredible skills when it comes to the arts and the crafts. We're talking jewelry and crafts and woodwork and all this stuff. They have a show coming up. It's the second year in a row now?
Yes, it is. That's why Callie was hanging out with the warden
It
there
sure was.
all morning, talking about and showing off the different crafts. So we saw a mini pool table.
Yeah, we did. It was
we
awesome.
saw some different like homemade signs,
Yeah.
home of a tiger.
Oh.
We saw all these different things that the inmates have worked really hard to create. So if you're interested, maybe you're trying to see the different art wares that they have. They're asking you to bring cash only.
Yeah.
That money ends up going to the inmates to spend, commissary, family, whatever.
Right.
It goes to them.
Cash. My best friends call me Cash. Didn't she have dogs out there as well?
Yes,
it's
she
an
did.
adoption event as well for some
Yes.
folks. So
All
there's a
in
lot
one.
going on. I know, it really is. Hey, what do you want to do? Let's go out here and do this. Apparently there's a lot going on. Find this story. You don't have to look hard. WAFB.com and the 9 News app.
Easy. Hey,
Oh, there you go.
on top of that,
Yeah.
maybe you spend a day in Jackson and then maybe you spend a day locally in the capital area. There's a couple of events going on
Mm-hmm.
where you can participate in getting a checkup on your health. How about we talk about the one first, the second annual Senior Black American Health Fair
Yep.
over at the Pennington Biomedical Research Center.
Everybody knows what that is. Pennington Biomedical. It's going to be from 9 tomorrow morning, right? 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. They do need you to register, and you got that waiting for you right there. Easy to register. Then this one as well, the Capital Area Heart Walk.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what this is about. Keeping that heart of yours healthy. That gets going tomorrow as well. City Plaza downtown. They need you to register right there if you want to be a part of that walk and the fun run. If you want to be a part of that, you can kind of. It is a walk, but you can if you pick up the pace a little bit, they won't mind.
A slight jog.
A slight jog, but it is one of those events that folks know so well in Baton Rouge. Just be a part of it. If still time to register. If you want to do
Yes,
that. Yep.
and you can donate too if you'd like. If you have somebody in your family or you yourself been impacted by heart disease, look, it's the #1 silent killer of women,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So when you talk about it, a lot of people impacted by that.
Yeah.
If you want to do something, be supported by other people, bring out your family, walk yourself, make a donation. So many easy ways to get involved.
Heart walk waiting for you. All right. What are we talking about here? I know exactly what this is. Speaking of waiting for you, maybe you want something to do tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to go and check out just a little bit of, I don't know, irreverence when it comes to poking fun in the nicest of ways.
Yes.
With our local and state and federal politicians' gridirons tonight.
Well, who better to put on a show talking about politics in our city, parish, and state than the people who cover it, right?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So we're talking about local journalists. We're talking about local public relations officers.
Yeah.
Talking about all the different events that we've covered. And some of the things that they're weaving in these storylines are from actual news headlines and press releases that have been put out to the public. Maybe some things that have been said at council meetings as
Oh,
well.
sure.
All in good fun and in brevity case.
This is, look, the Baton Rouge version of this is going on 70 plus years, right?
Long time.
The gridirons are done all over the country, from local to state. There is a national level gridirons where you have, national level journalists
Yeah.
and major players a part of it from presidents and vice presidents in the past. Truly, gridiron is a thing.
Yes.
And when it comes to the local shows, Baton Rouge really does have one of the best ones. So if you want to be a part, if you want to go check it out, there's actually maybe some tickets still available. We had a former journalist on the show this morning with us. Kelly was with us, and he was talking about, you know what, check out the website, and we have it right here waiting for you. Could still be some tickets available. There were some this morning.
Yep.
I haven't checked in the last couple hours, so I don't know. But go ahead and check. It's a great show.
That money all going to scholarships for young aspiring
Isn't that great?
journalists too. So it kind of all goes right back to the cause.
It does.
Cool.
Okay. The cause, the effort. The game today,
Well,
4 o'clock.
we're going dancing.
That's exactly right.
I should say
dancing.
that dance card is still being punched.
That's
should
exactly
I say?
right. And now we've gotten to that sweet spot, LSU today.
4 p.m.
That's right.
on ESPN. LSU facing off against the Utah Utes. This is exciting. All anticipation. Sunday we found out that we're going to Greenville, South Carolina. The girls are there. The team is there. Coach Mulkey holding a news conference yesterday. They're ready. And she says I love what the bite that you picked this morning. She wants her team to feel and experience the joy, the tears in their eyes of being able to cut down that net, that satisfaction of the hard work you put in. There's something so rewarding about that.
If the Tigers win 2 games over the next 3 days, they will be cutting down those nets because they will have earned their way to the Final Four and then a chance to cut down the big time nets. But if they win these next 2 games, they win their region, and you will be slicing up some nets on your way to the Final Four. But it is before they get to that Elite 8 game, they got to handle this Sweet 16 game. And there's nothing easy about Utah. Oof. They have the Pac-12 Player of the Year. Yeah. They gave Stanford a run for their money all season long. Stanford was the 1 seed, by the way, in this region. They got knocked out. So these are the top 2 seeds left in this region. LSU the 3, Utah the 2.
Yeah.
So we shall see. This is tough, but it's supposed to be when you get to this round of this tournament. LSU back at that level.
Yeah.
Can they continue? We'll see.
Oh,
I'm
getting nervous, but I'm excited too. It's like a hopeful excitement.
I am too.
Oh,
I'm with you. No,
it's going to be a good time. 4 o'clock today. It's a date. It's a dance. We'll see you on ESPN. Oh, it is a dance. And let's keep dancing.
Hey now. So there you go. Welcome to the Plus, everybody. Kind of stepping you to it, through it, in it, around it, everything that's going on in your little part of the world.
Yeah.
Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, all the different spots that you can find us.
And before we get to the stuff that makes you smile, we do want to mention here a big change is happening for 9 News Now. We're not leaving you. We're actually bringing you more enhanced coverage.
What are you talking about, Liz Co?
We are moving things.
What are you doing?
2 hours early.
Oh, God, that's right.
2 hours and 15 minutes early
So,
to make sure you get a better picture of weather and a better picture of traffic, too.
So here's what's going to happen. For the last, how long have we been doing Nice News Now?
About 2 years now.
Oh, my gosh. Is that right?
2 years, man.
I feel so old. So what we're doing, Liz just talked about it. We're moving 9 News Now from 9:15. We're going to slide it to 7 a.m.
Cha-cha slide it.
Exactly. So what's going to happen is, what we're going to do is we're going to come off the big show, 9 News this morning, because we're there for 2.5 hours, and we are going to continue just that whole conversation right here on streaming. WAFB channel, obviously channel 9 goes into CBS mornings.
Right.
But if you want more of this, if you want more of this, but here's the thing, more from Steve and from Johnny, the stuff you need in the morning, you're going to be able to continue that right at 7 o'clock here on WAFB Plus. Now, if, for instance, wait a minute, I like the 9:15. What are you doing?
Right.
I get it, and there's actually thousands of viewers who are enjoying this at 9:15.
We appreciate you.
We love it, absolutely. Thank goodness for you. We get to feed our families.
Ooh.
No, seriously. Thank you for being a part of this. Here's the thing: you can still VOD whenever you want, video on demand. Come in and check it out whenever you like it. It's just going to be live at 7 to 7:15 right now.
Think of it this way. We want to hang out with you longer right after the morning. So we're going to grab that extra cup of coffee, join you right back here at 7 o'clock, and then join you right again at 9:15. And as Matt mentioned, all the different places, whether you have Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or Apple TV, we try to make it easy for you. And with this big change, you can catch us twice.
Oh my gosh.
After the big show on the mothership.
3 times, 4 times. As much as you want.
That's a lot of mathing, man. A lot of math. Wow. Okay,
so one of the things we do like to do here on the 9 News Now, on the pluses, is give you some stuff to you would smile about, laugh about, or sometimes just absolutely question and go, wait, what?
Yes.
Did you know that according to TSA, and I guess it is when you get right down to it, just period, end of sentence, peanut butter is considered a liquid, according to TSA.
No.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, once if you dump the peanut butter out, it does fall out. It's not going to hold its form typically.
True.
But why is this important? Why do you care? Because TSA is saying it is a liquid, which means, guess what? Yes, you can't just bring a whole tub of it onto the airplane.
No.
Because you know how they feel about liquids, right?
Right.
Agency says peanut butter falls into that category, so it has to be in now a 3.4 ounce container to get through security. The issue going viral last week when a podcaster had his jar of peanut butter confiscated at the airport, Lizco. Give me your peanut butter. Wow. He shared the experience on Twitter. Yeah. The post got a flood of likes and responses, with many pushing back on the rule, but TSA saying, look, this is a liquid. I think we tried to call it a thickwood.
Matt came up with that this morning, and I just cannot let that go. That needs to be a bumper sticker,
Right.
or even a new brand, like Jiffy peanut butter,
Right.
Thickwood peanut butter.
Thickwood peanut butter.
It's liquid, but it sure is thick.
Copyright that right now. A
Yes.
thickwood, because you look. I mean, when everybody thinks about a liquid, clearly
Yeah.
they're thinking about the drinks, or the shampoos, or that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Peanut butter is definitely a bit thicker than that, but for TSA purposes, it might as well be as thin as water. It's a liquid.
How about that? So that's the official rule. Can't bring cats, live poultry, or PB. Well, a jar of PB on a plane.
Why is that in the same
Noted.
category? You're right.
Noted.
You're
How many
right.
times have we talked about TSA's findings?
man.
Obviously, it should go
All
without
this
saying,
stuff.
weapons are not allowed.
Thank
but
you.
poultry,
Right.
a weapon inside poultry, and then poultry alone, categorically,
Right.
not allowed.
Somebody tried to check a cat or what? Well, man, TSA finds some weird stuff.
Yeah,
but
they
apparently now they got to chuck the peanut butter.
Well, you know what? I tell you, TSA agents have a really hard job, right?
Oh, yeah. No
Guarantee
doubt.
it. They indulge in cocktail hour. I guarantee
How do you
it.
not?
Yeah.
You just don't want to do it. Don't do it while you're on the gig.
Well, also very important.
Post gig.
Yes.
So enjoy your day.
Yeah, well, everybody can celebrate today.
Well,
It's
it's today.
National Cocktail Day.
Is it really?
Yes. Do you fancy a specific type of cocktail, Matt?
Well, I guess whatever's in front of me.
Never a bad answer.
Everybody,
Never a bad answer.
So I mean, I'm kind of simple when it comes to the cocktails. I mean, a good gin and tonic or vodka tonic. I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
A good martini. I mean, I'll walk a mile for a good martini. But I don't know. I guess I'm fairly simple.
Okay. See, you would think you can't mess up cocktails.
Yeah.
Bloody Marys.
Oh,
I
sure.
find the one drink you really cannot mess up is an old fashioned.
Oh, that is. You know what?
Quite simply,
It-
you really can't mess it up.
Don't put too much sugar in that stuff. I
No.
don't need, the syrup, the simple syrup you're going to be using.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty much the only way that you could mess it up. I want to taste what's supposed to be in there.
Thank you.
I don't need to be, sucking on a sugar cube.
Thank you.
But old fashions, you're right, man. That's an absolute go-to.
Can't go wrong. Anywhere you go, it should be the standard, one of the
yeah.
standard
Oh,
drinks.
yeah, absolutely.
French 75 should be the same way
Look
too.
at you. Look at you.
I love a cocktail, especially when it's on a hot summer day. When it's refreshing.
On a Friday, especially.
You taste the
You earned
ice
it.
cube.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it just sits in. Oh my gosh.
You're killing me right
I
now.
know.
What are you doing?
I know. Maybe we should have brought cocktails to celebrate this new chapter of 90s now.
Is the
We should.
WAFB bar open? Do we have one of those?
We keep saying we're going to work on that. For all of our guests who come in the
That's
morning,
right.
We got a coffee bar, but
Right.
we need a cocktail bar.
That's right.
It's only fitting.
Serve screwdrivers and mimosas and Bloody Marys.
I love all of
This
that.
all makes sense to me.
Well, then you got the okra, bacon. We might as well make breakfast while we're at it.
It is breakfast. A good Bloody Mary is breakfast.
Solid meal.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Solid meal.
What? Go ahead and judge me. Don't judge me. So enjoy all that today. And a reminder for folks, we're just talking about LSU basketball, right?
Yes.
I want to remind you, for the Tiger fans out there, LSU baseball,
Right.
their game tonight has been moved to noon.
Yes.
It's the first pitch with Arkansas. It's their conference home opener, LSU and Arkansas, 6th ranked Arkansas, number 1 ranked LSU. This move to noon is probably twofold. They probably could have got away with like a 2 o'clock game or even a 3 o'clock, but this move to noon is probably twofold. A noon start to not deal with any of the potential weather today,
Correct.
but also if you end the game early enough today,
Yeah.
you give your guys rest for a probable, maybe a most likely doubleheader on Saturday, because Sunday's looking rough.
Boy, let's
and so
look at
they
the
may
10-day.
move that. They can make that call as soon as today
Yeah.
for a potential doubleheader, because they don't want to keep everybody here until Monday.
No.
Arkansas's got places to be.
Right.
So if you play that game at noon today, you're done by 3 o'clock. Everybody can rest up for a possible doubleheader tomorrow. Look, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. Nobody's made that call yet, except for the noon first pitch today.
Yes.
But you can see the forecast, and everybody can see that forecast, so we'll see what they do.
I think that's a likely option. And if that is said, we will let you know
Yeah,
those plans
absolutely.
and those changes. Also, a reminder, because of the March Madness tournament,
That's true.
our newscasts are going to be shifted to right here on WAFB Plus.
Oh my gosh, it's just nonstop on the
Don't
Plus.
miss it.
So yeah, today's early evening broadcasts are going to be WAFB Plus and WBXH at 10 p.m. We'll be back on the mothership, WAFB, but it won't be until after the very last ball game of the evening.
Whew, busy time of
I know,
year.
it's a lot.
Have a good weekend.
At the Team Automotive Group, we make it easy for you to buy here or sell here. Buy here and save on hundreds of certified and pre-owned vehicles. Or sell here while your vehicle is worth more than it ever has been, and we'll pay you top value. Buy here or sell here at the Team Automotive Group.